So Sir Jim Ratcliffe, 25% ownership of Manchester United has finally been announced. And based on what has been announced, it's a bit concerning, but I have two different ways of looking at this. The first, I do not like the fact that the Glazers are still the Manchester United owners. After what they have done to this club in the 18 years of ownership, anybody who kept them here much longer should be considered an enemy. But here's where I'm torn. Because for the first time since Alex Ferguson and David Gill left the club, this is going to be the first time the Glazers are not directly involved in football operation at Manchester United. And consider we succeed in spite of them with Sir Alex Ferguson and David Gill, who are great manager, probably never going to be a match again, and a great CEO in David Gill. If Ineos and Ratcliffe do the right thing, hire a proper CEO that will direct a proper infrastructure underneath them, including the football director, we might be able to be successful anymore. The notion that people are saying we're not going to be successful anymore, we might not compete with City, we might not compete with Newcastle because they are rich owners. Manchester United do not need rich owners. We have spent the same amount of money as Manchester City did the entire time Pep Guardiola has been there. The problem is we have spent those money badly. So we need somebody that will spend Manchester United money correctly. And I don't believe simply because the Glazers are still here that we're not going to be successful. We just need them to move out of the way and let's give Ineos a chance to see what they can do with the sporting control. Because we before saw what happened when the Glazers are not directly involved in football operation at Manchester United. So that's one of my points is that let's give Ineos chance and let's not act like because we haven't been taken over by Qatars that that's the end of Manchester United. Because believe me, Manchester United is bigger than the Glazers and is going to be here longer than the Glazers will be around. So we might not be as successful immediately, but we're going to be successful at the end. And unlike Manchester City, unlike Newcastle, we actually print money. It's just that we use our money badly. We do print money. We make that much money. It just we spend it bad. So let's give Ineos a chance. Let's see what they do, especially with the sporting control of the club. And from there, we can judge. Because right now, whether I like it or you like it or not, the Glazers are here. And it's going to be very difficult to get them off Manchester United. There's this saying, you never interrupt a leopard once they had its teeth on the rear of antelope because that's when they are most dangerous. Glazers family are the leopards, and Manchester United for a long time has been the gazelle or the antelope, and it's very difficult to get somebody to give up something that has been very financially beneficial to them. Whether we like it or not, Manchester United have been financially beneficial to the Glazers family in their last 18 years. So it's going to be very difficult to get rid of them. And I'm hope this is the first step in getting rid of them. First, you get rid of them, get involved in football stuff. The next phase is to try to get rid of them completely. So let's give Ratcliffe and Ineos a chance and let's see what they would do with what they have got. That's one of my point. The second point is that United is one of the few clubs in the world that are bigger So that's my part on the ownership. Let's give like Sir Jim a chance to see what he could do. You don't have to be happy about it, but it is what it is. Secondly, let's talk about the Aston Villa game. For the first time, the team actually showed fight and a fighting spirit, and they were incredible. First time you actually seen the ideas of what Eric Ten Hag been trying to implement in this team. It just need the team to believe a little bit. And a lot of people are making a fuss about the first half that we were terrible. Actually, we are not. The first half we played well. It's just we made two silly mistakes in defending set pieces, and Aston Villa scored on both of those set pieces. First, it was a silly mistake that for Bruno Fernandes to give that foul away right there. Like he has done that like 3 times now, and every single time he like end up as a goal. So we need to stop making silly mistakes around our box because we clearly cannot defend set pieces. And the second goal is a corner, just left somebody on the back post unmarked. So he like, and people are blaming the goalkeeper. What was the two center back doing? Like they just stood there like statues, and somebody was wide open on the back post. So yes, first half didn't go as well as we thought it should be, but we were not bad. It's just two silly mistakes, and we got punished for them. But seeing Aston Villa score the second goals, we took over the game. We should have scored at least one goal before we went into halftime. And in the second half, we were amazing. We literally played Aston Villa up the park, and everybody is raving about Aston Villa right now. And they're putting them in the title contenders and all of that. And we just outclassed them in like especially in the second half at Old Trafford. So give this manager a chance. Like this is the first time or this is the first season that he's actually trying to do his ideas. And that's why we're losing horribly. He tried that last year, we lost bad, but he cannot like be that bad in his first season. It's a lot easier to get sacked in your first season. So he had to change his philosophy back then. Now he's trying to play the way he want to play. And that's why we look open all the time, and sometimes we concede so many goals. He also not being helped with the injuries that we have. So put a break on it, guys, and let's see what Eric Ten Hag does the rest of the season, especially when Martinez come back and Casemiro come back, because that's been our biggest problem. We look open in the midfield, plus we also cannot pass through the back properly, especially in the last few games. And it's hard to do that if you cannot feel the same team every other 2 weeks, because every other day, every other game actually, we play a different lineup, especially a different set of pair of center back. We haven't played a single pair of center back more than 3 games this season. That has to change in order to see the clear philosophy of a coach. But everybody's quick to judge somebody and write him off. I think Eric Ten Hag is the best manager we had since Sir Alex Ferguson has left. And I am hoping the NEOS group give him time to prove that because he is a great coach.